Welcome back. There's been a 6% increase in traffic fatalities this year. That's according to the Nevada Department of Public Safety. Now, to help save lives, Nevada Zero Fatalities is launching a new campaign to raise awareness, and it's focusing on 5 dangerous driving behaviors. Andrew Bennett with the Office of Traffic Safety joins us live right now to discuss the new campaign. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I want to talk about the new campaign. So it's called The Worst Year Ever, and the tagline is, quote, "Think 2020 has been the worst year ever. You could make it even worse." So talk to me a little bit about that name, and also kind of curious, I know campaigns usually focus on one thing. This time you guys are focusing on 5 things. So why is that?
Absolutely. And when we look at this year, I think we can all agree on one thing, that this year has pretty much been the worst. And when we look at, these things that we experienced as a society, one of the things that we experienced here in the state of Nevada was an increase in traffic fatalities. We're seeing a dramatic increase in impaired driving related fatalities, speed related fatalities, motorcycle fatalities, lack of seatbelt usage, and an increase in pedestrian fatalities. And these are all things that are 100% preventable, but we need the public's participation as we enter this year, and we try to end this year strong. We need to make sure that we have a decrease in fatalities. And so it was important for us to make sure that we do reach as many different behaviors as we can to try to reverse that 6% increase.
Can you talk a little more in depth about those 5 areas and what you're seeing specifically, and maybe some ways people can help and improve those numbers?
Absolutely. When we look at impaired driving, this is something that we talk about often. We need to make sure that people are sober behind the wheel and that they plan ahead. As we approach the holiday season through, Halloween through New Year's Eve, having a plan for any event that you have is going to be vital. For motorcycle safety, we're asking drivers and motorcycles to help us save a motorcyclist's life. Look twice for a motorcycle when turning, and make sure that everybody is going the speed limit. That transitions into speed in general. We do have a speed law here in the state of Nevada, and we need to make sure that people aren't just going with the flow of traffic, because that flow might be greater than the speed limit. We need to make sure that people are going the speed limit. And then when it comes to seatbelts are the number one thing that can save your life in the unfortunate event that you are in a crash. It is the law in the state of Nevada, and we need to make sure that people buckle up. And then finally, with pedestrian safety, making sure that we're all doing our part in traffic safety. If you're a driver, making sure that you're going that speed limit so you have the opportunity to slow down for a pedestrian if they are in the roadway. At the end of the day, the car is going to win in that crash. And so we need to make sure that we're all doing our part and being safe on the roadways.
I know you're on here talking to us about this, but what other ways are you guys utilizing to get the word out about this new campaign? How long is this new campaign going to last?
So this campaign runs through New Year's Eve, which is in coordination with our enforcement efforts. Our preference is to do education. We want to make sure that people are making that right choice. But accountability is doing the right thing when nobody is looking. And if someone chooses not to be accountable for their action, it's time for enforcement. And we also have an increase in enforcement through the Joining Forces program, which is 26 different agencies across the state of Nevada, making sure that we're working together to try to reach that ultimate goal of 0 fatalities.
All right, Andrew Bennett with the Office of Traffic Safety, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
And we will be right back.